Hi everyone, myself Ravi Patel, and today I'm going to show you that how effective communication and ineffective communication can affect adversely and favorably throughout the business in just 5 minutes of this video. So let us start with understanding the meaning of communication. As you know, we all know that communication is the process where two parties communicate between each other by using different medium of channels. For example, that means exchanging of data or information by using a different medium of channel. For example, medium, newspaper, radio, telephonic transfer by letter, or by face-to-face gestures also. So after understanding the meaning of communication, now we move on to the communication process. To explain this in a brief, we start with first steps of communication process. Actually, communication process have 5 steps to be completed communication. First one is source of message, second one is encoding message, third one is choosing a medium of message, medium of channel to convert to transmit that message, fourth one is decoding message, fifth one is receiver receive the message and give feedback to the sender. So first is source of message. The communication process begins with a thought comes into the sender's mind. Then the second step is encoding message. After a thought come into the mind, sender put that message into some formats, some formal format or informal format. Then after it's come to the choosing a channel of communication, channel of different channels of communication. He can write, he can speak that message also, but the main thing is message should transmit to the receiver. Third one is receiver receive the message. Fourth one is receiver receive the message and decode that message to read it really well. Then the fifth one is the receiver receive the message and then give a feedback to the sender. If receiver does not understand the message, he can't be able to give any feedback to the receiver, to the sender. And it is really required that receiver give feedback to the sender, so sender can understand that communication process is now completed, that he understood or she understood it very well, and then message can be followed. Sometimes we do communication, but we are not that much sure that whether it is effective communication or poor communication. But there are some contents to keep in mind while doing communication to make it effective. We will discuss that contents later on, but let us start understanding the meaning of effective communication. To understand this effective communication, we will take an example of interview call letter which was sent to Mr. Ayush Kumar by the banking institution, and this case is from India. As we all know that to make communication effective, a receiver must or should complete the communication process by giving feedback to the sender. So definitely he can be sure or she can be sure, the sender can be sure that yes, message received by the receiver and he understood it very well. So definitely effective communication have some characteristic that each and every people who are communicate with other people should keep that in their mind, so that they can convey this message very effectively to the person who they intend to give that message. So for example, receiver must understand the intention of sender, that what he wants to convey to us or someone else. And the second thing is sender must include all the relevant information to the receiver, and that is very important. And the third one is a message should be in a formal language so that it can be it looks like professional, and the main thing is language perform a really important role in communication, because if a receiver doesn't understand the language what a sender has written or spoken, then definitely it turns into the ineffective communication and message might be failed. So now let us move to our example, which is interview call letter, and in this letter sender has already included all the information relevant to the receiver. So now let us see whether this communication is effective or not. I really would like to tell you that this communication is effective communication. How it is actually, I'm gonna prove this, that sender have included all the information. For example, his name, I mean to say receiver's name, receiver's address, receiver's roll number, receiver's address, and receiver's registration number, on and above. Not only that, sender have also included that date and time that when receiver have to appear for the interview, so that receiver can be sure that yes, on that day and on that time he have to go for interview, to appear for that interview. And the main two things are like in this interview call letter, it has also included the subjects, that what's the reason behind this communication, that is but obvious for call interview, calling that receiver for the interview. And the second thing is in this communication letter, sender has used a formal language by which it looks professional. And actually why they have used a formal language, because it's a government banking institution. So as I said before, that in a government areas people usually use written communication to convey their message to the concerned person. That's all about effective communication process. Now let us move on ineffective or poor communication. In a simple language, ineffective communication means any failure in a communication process leads to ineffective communication. And obviously language in a face-to-face communication, that is non-verbal communication or facial communication, if we say that's also a content of non-verbal communication. Language is a main important thing while doing communication. For example, as a speaker, if I speak in language which receiver doesn't understand, then definitely it leads to ineffective communication. And in a writing communication, if as a writer or as an sender, if I write in language which a receiver does not understand, then definitely it leads to ineffective communication. For example, if I don't know a Chinese language, then if I work with Chinese people or something like that, if they speak in a Chinese language, definitely I won't be able to understand. And if they write something later in a Chinese language, then definitely I'm not going to understand, because I'm not aware about that language. So it leads to ineffective communication. I'm not able to understand that message very well. So to understand this ineffective communication, let us take an example of spam mails. Definitely we all are stuck by receiving lots of spam mails from unknown IDs or some companies or something like that. I would like to give you an example of a spam mail which was sent by, I don't know, one unknown company, and that was, I got that email, and it said that earn $400 to $4,500 in just a day and start earning from today. Actually, I want to tell you about this email, as it does not contain even a single percentage of information about mine. That sender did not contain or includes any information, that is, for example, my name, my address, or my any kind of information. And Not only that, even sender does not include anything about them also. So definitely it's a spam mail. And the second thing is the language used by that particular sender, it was informal language, and that definitely it, even these two major mistakes can state it clearly that it's ineffective communication. Now let us we put effective communication and ineffective communication in the field of marketing business, that is face-to-face communication. It really that works really good. I would like to give an example of mine. Actually, when I go for door knocking or to knock someone's house, actually first we greet them, so that it create a positive image. Then what we are doing is we are creating awareness regarding product. We are just giving them all information regarding that product, that particular product. And then if customer wants that, and we just find out by communication that whether that customer wants that particular product, whether the customer is potential or not. If the customer is potential and he wants to buy that particular product, and if he don't have if he or she has any problem regarding that particular product, then what we are doing is we are just giving them a perfect solution through which they can go for it easily. Actually we have to listen attentively, we have to communicate with them calmly, so that if they have any problem we can solve that easily. So for example, if a particular customer have some problem, so what we are doing is we just listen that particular problem very attentively. After listening them, actually what we are doing is we are creating a possible solution by which they can solve their we can solve their own their problem. So indirectly we are earning customers trust, and we are earning their loyalty. So basically indirectly it can helps to the company to grow some more, to grow up or to improve their performance. And in case of there are some ineffective communication are also included in marketing business. For example, if we are going there for door knocking and if we fumble while talking, that's also a sign of ineffective communication, and it can create a negative image in the eyes of customers. So while communicating, some people's got a lack of confidence to talk with other people, to talk with stranger people. So to improve this kind of to improve this performance, definitely one have to be communicate with formal language, with some more information regarding particular problem or something like that. So conclusively, effective communication means, in a short language, the communication process should completed with the receiver's feedback. And ineffective communication means, in a short language, it does not, if any failure in a communication process can leads to ineffective communication. By the way, thanks for watching this video. Have a good day.